Have you noticed that some people seem to live a lighter life, while others face one battle after another? Some people seem to have been born for a common, peaceful, almost predictable life. But there are others who, from an early age, carry heavy burdens, pains that no one understands, silent struggles that no one sees. And no, this is not by chance. It is not a punishment. It is a sign of choice. This message is for those who feel like they do not fit in. For those who, even trying to live in peace, always end up being pulled into a deeper, more intense process, almost always solitary. Do you feel like you are in constant trial? That answers take a long time to come? That your faith is being tested? This is because you are not just anyone. You are chosen. God has a peculiar way of preparing those He is going to use. He does not give grand missions to those who are living superficially. He calls those who are capable of diving deep, even when no one is watching. The chosen do not have an easy life, and perhaps this is the clearest sign that you were set apart for something greater. While the world seeks comfort, the chosen face the discomfort that transforms. They go through losses, silences, deserts, but they come out with something that no one can steal: purpose. If you feel that you are going through phases that no one around you understands, then this word is for you. Because there are things only those who have been set apart understand. Perhaps this introduction sounds different, because it is not just another motivational video. It is a calling. A reminder that you are not going crazy. You are not lost. You are being prepared. And if this resonated with you, do not hesitate to follow this channel and activate the notification bell. It is not for vanity or numbers. It is because messages like this do not come by chance, and the chosen need to find each other. This is a place of awakening, and you have made it here for a reason. Welcome. Have you ever stopped to think about why, among so many people, it is you who faces the deepest pains? Have you ever wondered why it seems that just when you are close to breathing in peace, another battle begins? It's as if your life has been marked by harsh, silent phases, moments when it seemed that no one saw what you were going through. But here's a truth that few have the courage to say. The chosen are trained in pain, and not because God is cruel, but because He is intentional. He does not waste suffering. Every tear of yours has a purpose. Every difficult phase is a lesson. Every loss is a pruning. And every pruning precedes growth, even if at first it seems like an end. The world demands strength from you, quick responses, a smile on your face even when everything inside is crumbling. But God does not. God knows you beyond appearance. He sees what you hide from others. He hears the prayers you could never say out loud. And it is in that place of silent pain that He works the most. Because there, without an audience, without praise, without distractions, He shapes what is eternal. There is something within you that is being prepared but cannot yet be revealed. Because before God uses someone publicly, He treats that person in secret. And that hurts. It hurts because it is lonely. It hurts because it seems unfair. It hurts because no one explains. But pain speaks, and it says, you are being prepared. You are not being punished. You are being built. And what is being done inside you now is so precious that it could not be forged in easy times. God is laying deep foundations in you, because the greater the calling, the deeper He needs to dig. Some people bloom early but wilt quickly. The chosen do not. They are roots before they are branches. They grow in the dark, away from applause. Because when the right time comes, and it will come, what today seems to be just pain will be wisdom. What seems like loss will be authority. What seems like punishment will be healing for others. Yes, you will be used to heal, to uplift, to speak to people who are living exactly what you have already faced. But God only uses those He first treats. He only trusts great missions to those who have endured great pressures. So the next time pain knocks at your door, take a deep breath. Remember, this is not the end. It is a language. And if you are listening attentively, you will understand that God is teaching you something that books do not teach, that advice does not reach. He is teaching you through life, because He chose you not to live as everyone lives, but to impact as few can. There are moments when everything seems to be on fire. Nothing works out. Doors close, people drift away, and the soul seems to scream in silence. You look around and don't understand why there is so much pressure. It feels like life is putting you to the test, as if something is pushing you to your limits, forcing you to deal with pains, sacrifices, and silences that you never chose to live. But look, this fire is not to burn you. It is to purify you. The chosen do not undergo common trials. They do not live a superficial faith. Because God does not want them just shining on the surface. He wants the shine to come from within. A shine that was born in the fire of transformation. And this requires a process. Gold is only considered pure after it passes through fire. It is heated, melted, tested until every impurity comes to the surface. And do you know what remains? What is true? What is valuable? With you, it is no different. These phases that seem to be consuming you are, in fact, revealing what really lives in you. God is tearing away what is temporary to leave only what is eternal. In the midst of pressures, you discover who you really are. When the applause ceases, you understand the value of intimacy with God. When resources run out, you learn to trust. The fire not only removes the excess, it reveals the essence. Have you noticed how, after going through an extremely difficult phase, you come out more sensitive, wiser, stronger inside? It's not magic, it's purpose. It's the effect of fire on those who have been chosen. God does not just want to show you to the world. He wants to show you to yourself. And for that, He needs to remove what hides you. Sometimes this hurts. Because we are attached to comfort, plans, old ideas. But what is to come requires a version of you that is cleaner, lighter, more aware of who you are in Him. This fire you are facing now, it will not destroy you. It is burning away fear, doubt, pride, dependence on approval. It is burning everything that prevents God's light from shining brightly in you. And the truth is, in the future, many people will look at you and see only the result. They will think it was luck, talent, coincidence. They will see the shine, but not the fire. They will not imagine the sleepless nights, the moments you thought about giving up, the days when no one reached out a hand to you. But God saw, God knows, and it was precisely on those days that He worked the most. You are being revealed. Each flame is removing a layer. Each pain is making room for something new to be born. Trust. You are not being burned. You are being shaped. You are not being forgotten. You are being prepared. And remember, fire does not come for the weak. It only visits those who have something precious hidden within. And if you are going through this season, it is because there is something in you that the world needs to know. Perhaps one of the most difficult phases in the journey of a chosen one is the silence of God. That time when you pray sincerely, seek intensely, cry out in faith, but nothing happens. No answer, no clear direction. Just the sound of your own voice, echoing in the void. And then comes the inevitable questioning, has God forgotten me? Is He listening to me? But contrary to what the heart suggests, the silence of God is not rejection. It is teaching. Heaven is not deaf. It is in class, and you are the student. Silence is where faith stops being theory and becomes practice. It is easy to believe when everything is flowing, when there are signs everywhere. But what about when everything seems still, and when the days drag on and the prayers seem not to rise above the ceiling? It is then that the faith of the chosen is deepened. It is then that you learn to trust even without understanding. God's silence is not out of absence, but out of strategy. He allows certain voices to be silenced, certain doors to be closed, and some people to drift away. Because as long as you have other sources of support, you will hardly hear him clearly. He wants to be your only compass. He wants you to learn to listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart. In silence, you begin to perceive details that previously went unnoticed. You start to hear things that can only be heard when the external noise ceases. It is in the void that you find depth. It is in solitude that you discover his presence in a more intimate and real way. Many see the desert as punishment, but for the chosen, the desert is a place of transformation. There, without distractions, God reveals directions. He shows purposes that could not be understood amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life. Because some truths are only absorbed with knees on the ground and a surrendered soul. Maybe you are right in that phase now, where it seems like nothing is moving, where everything is silence. And I say to you with all due respect to your pain, you are not forgotten. You are being shaped. Remember, before God used Moses, he took him to the desert. Before exalting Joseph, he made him go through prison. Before raising David as king, he left him alone with sheep for years. The greatest leaders were not born in comfort. They were trained in silence. This period you are living is the preparation for something that others will not see coming. It is the invisible treatment that precedes the visible movement. And those who resist the silence will hear the voice. Those who endure the dry spell will experience the rain. Those who do not give up in the dark will shine when the light arrives. So do not fear the silence. It is teaching you more than 1,000 words could teach. It is training your spiritual sensitivity. It is strengthening your inner ears. Because when God speaks again, you will hear clearly, and you will know exactly where to step. One thing you need to understand as soon as possible: the chosen do not go unnoticed, not even when they are silent, not even when they try to live hidden without attracting attention. There is something in you that disturbs, not out of arrogance, but out of essence. You carry a light that exposes even without wanting to. And this light often provokes resistances that you don't even understand where they come from. Have you noticed how some people simply don't like you, even without knowing you well? Have you observed how, in certain environments, your presence seems to cause discomfort? As if you are always facing invisible barriers? This is not paranoia. It is spiritual, and it is personal. The chosen carry a mark in the invisible. The enemy recognizes this mark even before you fully understand your calling. He knows that you have something within you that can heal people, liberate others, break family cycles, and open paths for those who come after you. He has already seen what you have not yet perceived. That's why he tries to paralyze you first. Jealousy, criticism, sideways glances, closed doors. All of this is part of the package, because those who carry destiny also carry resistance. It's not that you are doing something wrong. Perhaps you are doing everything right. And for this very reason, you face so much opposition. Do not be alarmed by the attacks. They are not signs of weakness. They are signs that you carry something too precious to be ignored. The greatest battles are always fought behind the scenes of great callings. Before David publicly took down Goliath, he had to defeat a bear and a lion in secret. Before Jesus was exalted, he was rejected. And you, in the same way, will face battles that don't make sense now, but that are forming the structure necessary to sustain what is to come. Don't be fooled. If you were small, no one would try to stop you. If you were not a real threat, the enemy would not waste time on you. But he tries to hinder, sabotage, delay, because he has already seen the impact you can cause when you decide to live what God has called you to live. And it's not just the spiritual world that notices this. Many times people around you also feel it. Some will try to diminish your strength with subtle words. Others will exclude you, discredit you, or even try to anticipate what you are still gestating. All of this because, even if they can't explain it, they feel that you carry something different, something great, something that can change environments. But here's the secret. Don't waste time trying to defend yourself against everything. The chosen do not need to prove anything to anyone. Your answer is in your walk. Keep going, even if in silence, even if in pain, even if feeling alone. Continuity is what will keep you standing while others get lost trying to stop you. You have been set apart for something that many will not understand, and that's okay. Your value does not depend on others' recognition. God chose you in secret, and it is He who will lift you up in public. But before that, you need to endure, because opposition is confirmation that you are on the right path. Keep this in mind. The stones that are thrown against you today will be the bricks of the testimony you will tell tomorrow. Each attempt to stop you is, in fact, pushing you closer to your purpose. And no matter how painful it seems, all of this is being used by God to strengthen you, refine your vision, clarify your intentions, and prepare the environment. So breathe. Stay firm. Do not lower your head. The resistance you feel today is proportional to the impact you will have tomorrow. And if you are facing many struggles, it is because there is already too much greatness within you. There are moments when everything inside you screams for you to give up. You try to be strong, try to hold your posture, but feel like you are crumbling inside. And then comes the thought, I don't have any strength left. I can't take it anymore. If you have ever felt this way, know that you are not alone. And more than that, you are exactly at the point where God begins to act. The logic of heaven is not the logic of the world. The world teaches that you need to always be in control, always firm, always with everything working well. But God doesn't work with appearances. He works with surrender. He does not seek perfection. He seeks an available heart. And strangely enough, it is in your weakness that He finds the ideal setting to do the impossible. That's right. The place you are ashamed of. The point where you repeatedly fail. The area where you feel inferior or broken. That is where He puts His hands. Not to expose you, but to reveal how valuable you are even in pieces. Perhaps you are trying to maintain a strength that God never asked of you. Perhaps you are trying to be everything to everyone, when in reality, God just wants you to be honest with Him. You don't need to prove that you can handle it. You don't need to carry the world on your shoulders. You just need to acknowledge, God, I can't do this alone. It is in this surrender that the heavens move. When you reach the end of yourself, it is there that the supernatural begins. What you see as weakness, God sees as fertile ground for miracles. Because while you still believe that you can solve everything with your own hands, He respects your space. But when you finally let go, He takes over. The chosen go through this sooner or later. They are led to this place of exhaustion, not as punishment, but as alignment. God does not want you to just know Him by hearsay. He wants you to experience Him. And this only happens when you discover that your strength is not in you. It is in him. The Bible is full of stories like this. Moses thought he was too slow to speak. God chose him to lead an entire people. Gideon felt small. God called him a mighty warrior. Paul had a thorn in the flesh, and through that, he understood that the power of God is made perfect in weakness. In other words, it's not about what you have. It's about what God can do with what you surrender. Perhaps today you are looking at yourself and seeing failure, limitations, exhaustion. But God is looking at you and seeing space. Space to heal, space to transform, space to place something new that wouldn't fit if you were still full of pride or self-sufficiency. Being strong is not never falling. Being strong is knowing whom to turn to when you can no longer get up. And the chosen learn to trust, even in the midst of pain, because they know that there is a greater strength sustaining everything behind the scenes. Your weakness is not the end. It is the beginning of His movement. And the most beautiful thing about all this is that when God lifts you from this place, He does it in a way that even those who saw you broken will have to acknowledge it was God. And this is how He transforms pain into testimony, weakness into authority, and the bottom of the pit into a platform. So if today you feel weak, tired, lost, don't try to hide that from God. He already knows. Just say, "Here I am, with my flaws, my pains, my surrender." Because it is precisely there that He acts. And when He acts, no one can stop it. If you have come this far, it is because deep down, you know that there is something different about you. That no matter how much life has tried to bend you, break you, silence you, you are still standing. You may be tired, but you are not defeated. And this is not by chance. It is identity. You were made to resist, to rebuild, and to inspire. The battles you have faced were not random losses. They were processes. Every tear you shed in silence carried the weight of purpose. Every disappointment, every no, every forced restart. All of this built the woman you are today. A stronger, more sensitive, deeper woman. You were not being destroyed. You were being shaped. God never wastes pain. He transforms pain into direction, wounds into sources, scars into testimony. And if today you feel like you are still in the midst of the storm, understand, the storm did not come to drown you. It came to teach you to walk on water, and at some point it will pass. But you will not be the same. There will be women who will blossom from your story. They will see hope because you had the courage to keep going. When you open your mouth to speak, you will not speak theory. You will speak from experience. And this is the strength of the chosen. They do not speak of what they read. They speak of what they survived. You are not defined by moments of pain, but by the choices you made even while feeling pain. You are not the mistake, the fall, the abandonment. You are the one who chose to rise even when no one else believed. And this decision changes everything. This faith, even if trembling inside, moves heaven. And when the right time comes, because it will come, you will be lifted, not only to occupy a place, but to lift others. Your voice will unlock other voices. Your story will heal other wounds. Your resistance will generate strength in those who were almost giving up. You may have felt small, forgotten, weak, but God always knew what He placed in you. And that is what He is awakening now. Not for your glory, but so that His power can be seen through your overcoming. You were not made to break, you were made to rise, and to lift many others with you. If this message reached you, if any part spoke directly to what you are experiencing right now, then understand. You are not going crazy. You are not alone. There are many people going through this process in silence, feeling exactly what you feel, but without knowing how to put it into words. And sometimes all we need to hear is that pain has purpose, that this journey is not in vain. There are women like you, chosen, who are being shaped in silence while everyone sees only the surface. Women who are being trained behind the scenes of life, but when they are raised up, no one will be able to ignore them. And perhaps, just perhaps, you need to start understanding that everything you have been through until now was not rejection. It was preparation. If something here truly touched you, if it made sense, leave a comment about what moved you the most. You don't have to write beautifully. You don't need to force a catchy phrase. Just write as if you were confiding in someone who understands. Sometimes what you share can be the confirmation that another woman needs to not give up. And yes, I ask you clearly, follow this channel and activate the notification bell. Not because everyone asks for this, but because here, you will find words that remind you of who you truly are. And if you are a chosen one, you know that you need to nourish yourself with what strengthens your soul. This journey is not light, but it is beautiful, and you do not have to do it alone. Share this video with someone who is in the midst of the battle, with that friend who is about to give up, or with someone who never understands why everything seems harder for her. Who knows, this message might be the push she needs. Remember, when a chosen woman awakens, she awakens others around her. And this is how the heavens move the earth. See you in the next video. Until then, firm, whole, or in pieces, but always moving forward.